Let me tell you something. You PC gamers don't exist. I figured out that there's no such thing as a PC game. A PC isn't PC is literally like Walmart, my nigga. Nobody walks in and says, I'm a Walmart gamer, my nigga. Nobody says I'm a Target gamer, my nigga. Nobody.
This doesn't make any sense.
You are a Steam or a GOG or an Epic gamer or all the above, just like console gamers are. Because PC ain't a platform. I hope I explained that enough and slow enough for you slow ass niggas.
What the hell is your problem? I just smoked a whole bunch of crack.
Yeah.
You know, it really says something when two heroin addicts under a bridge are a lot more willing to share their own supply with each other than PlayStation fanboys are willing to share their games with PC gamers. So much so that Sony had to step in and pry the exclusives out of their arms to hand them over to us. I didn't think we'd have to go that far, but this is what it's come down to.
You took my only food. Now I'm gonna starve.
I'm pretty sure Sony understood the ramifications. They just didn't give two shits. Why do you think they're charging you $10 more for a game they released 8 years ago? And the best part is that it's not business decisions like that that pisses off the ponies. It's the idea of having to share their exclusives. They want absolutely no part of that. Why is that? Well, that's because PlayStation games would now have to be considered multi-plats.
What?
It's your boy King Thrash back at it once again in another video. Remember, like, subscribe, don't subscribe, look. I'm drinking my Jamba Juice. Yes, I drink Jamba. Yes, nigga, you should try it one day. Nigga. I'm drinking this green one. Let me see how it tastes.
You ever stop and think, wow, I'm married to that guy?
Nah, I just repress it.
Is that healthy?
What's the worst that could happen?
Awesome, starting off your video by downing a bottle of codeine. Oh, whatever, it's 20 seconds out of 27 minutes?
No thanks, I choose life.
Look, King, I like you, I really do, but if I was gonna sit here and listen to a crackhead rant for 27 minutes, I'd be attending rehab, but guess what? I can't afford that, just like I can't afford to sit through 27 minutes of this. So let's just get to the points that matter, shall we?
I see that there is some confusion.
Yeah, that may be a sign to put down the cough syrup, King.
About certain things, and look, I was part of that confusion. I didn't have an epiphany.
Well, I mean, that's most likely due to that line of fentanyl you just hit.
You know what I'm saying? When you drive, and you got a lot of time to think. And there's one thing that I found out, and it makes everything make sense. You PC gamers don't exist.
My life is a lie. My life is a lie. Somebody's gotta get stabbed. Somebody's gotta get...
Trust me, King, it doesn't work that way. I've already wished my existence away. Nothing happened. I know it's easy to wish all your problems away, just like you probably wish your codeine addiction away, but that's not how it works. Unfortunately, I can prove PC gamers exist, and the worst part is I can do it through Sony themselves, who's starting to make hardware marketed specifically towards PC gamers. But then again, this is King Thrash. He probably believes Sony's making a 144 Hz monitor for console gamers.
I figured out that there's no such thing as a PC gamer. I know that sounds weird because a lot of you PC niggas like, but I have a PC.
No, King, it doesn't sound weird. It sounds downright delusional. Are you okay? I see a little blood dripping down your nose. The only way PC gaming could never be a thing is if you could never play games on a PC. But if you're playing games on a PC, you are a PC gamer. You know what isn't a gaming platform, King? Twitter. You play the shit out of it, yet there are no games there, except the ones you invent in your own head. And you somehow always lose at them.
Look, a PC isn't a platform, right? It's a fucking hub, okay? This is a fucking hub. Let me understand. Let me help you understand, dog.
King, I'm convinced not even you understand what you're saying. Look, I get it. You want to disqualify the PC so that it doesn't count as a platform. That way you don't have to consider PlayStation exclusives multi-plats. But here's the problem with that, King. That would also mean that the Xbox now has exclusives that you weren't willing to count and that you considered multi-plats because they were on PC. Oh, but now that PlayStation is doing the exact same thing, we have to consider it a whole different beast. Because when it involves Sony, it's always an exception. With that exception being that PC gamers no longer exist all of a sudden.
You are either a Steam gamer, an Epic gamer, a GOG gamer, or whatever else that they have on this hub of a PC. Those are 3 platforms on that PC.
You know what, at this point, I can no longer just blame the drugs. It's not like they forced themselves inside of King Thrash's mouth. His brain was just too stupid to say no. I don't know how to tell you this, King. Hopefully you have enough brain cells to remember it. But people were playing games on PC long before storefronts even existed, which is what those 3 things are. Storefronts / clients for getting games digitally. And how do you think you play those digital games you purchase? In the marketplace? No, you play it on your computer's hardware, which is made out of the same components you can find in a console. It'd be like saying the PlayStation Store is the platform and not the console you're playing your games on. But I guess somehow having more options of where to purchase your games makes the PC less of a platform somehow.
PC is literally like Walmart, my nigga. It's where you go into Walmart and you can buy a PlayStation, an Xbox, or a Nintendo.
Yeah, bullshit. No, I walked into a Walmart. You cannot get a PS5 or an Xbox. Liar. But you know what I've seen a lot of people selling outside of Walmart? Crack. Also, PC and Walmart are nothing alike because games at Walmart are overpriced and games on the PC are usually, well, a lot cheaper, or in my case, free. Either way, I don't see the comparison. You don't have to buy Steam. You don't have to buy Epic Games. You don't have to buy GOG. They're all clients you can download for free. And believe me, the word free and Walmart do not go hand in hand.
Well, nobody walks in and says, I'm a Walmart gamer, my nigga. Nobody says I'm a Target gamer, my nigga. Nobody. Because that's not a platform. That's just a place where you can buy the platforms or get access to these platforms. Same thing.
Almost like PC gamers never call themselves Steam gamers, GOG gamers, or Epic Games gamers. It's almost like those are storefronts that require a platform to host them. And it would have to be an open platform, which is the complete opposite of what Walmart is. I mean, unless you want to go by your logic, in which case, if PC gamers were, say, playing on a PlayStation storefront, would they now be PlayStation gamers? Yeah, I know, King, you hate that idea just as much as I do, so let's drop this stupid ass logic, yeah?
PC is Walmart, nigga. It's a Walmart that you built yourself.
Look, if I actually built a warmart, I wouldn't be here making stupid videos about people like you. I would be raking in a bunch of cash and destroying local businesses. But unfortunately, I'm not doing either of those things. And you're goddamn right I built it because I don't trust a single one of those PCs that Walmart sells.
And depending on the options that you put into that Walmart will let you know if certain games on these certain platforms that will be in your hand-built Walmart will actually run the way you want them to run.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
This was your epiphany? You really smoked a bunch of crack and then thought to yourself, you know what? PC's just like Walmart. If you could build a Walmart and shop at multiple shops inside of that Walmart and also walk away with a lot of products in your hands for free. Oh yeah, and if you also got to mod big titties on all the employees. Eerily similar, isn't it?
You can't build a PlayStation just like you can't build a Steam.
Yeah, but that's actually a lot more feasible than building a fucking Walmart. Building a PC is closer to building a console than a goddamn shopping center. Just because the PC doesn't solely restrict you to one place to buy your games, doesn't make it any less of a platform, King. It just makes it a more open platform.
These are platforms with their own securities and their own business model.
Yeah, well, on PC, I have my own security and my own business model. The security being don't click on any sketchy ass links, and the business model being torrent whatever I don't want to pay for.
The difference is a PC is a hub. That's why I hate the argument. I always wonder why they make that argument about, oh, my PC can do this and my PC can do that. Yes, it's not a fucking platform. It should be able. It's fucking Walmart.
What does this even fucking mean? The more utility you get, the less of a platform it becomes? Ish, I mean, talk about setting such low standards for your hardware. I will only consider you a platform if I can buy games from solely one distributor, and if you limit the amount of things I can do on it.
And that's just really sad.
You don't gotta buy games at a Walmart, man. You don't gotta buy a PlayStation at a Walmart. You can buy water hoses. Same thing with PC. There's other apps on a PC, man.
I don't understand. Are you saying that there are no external apps that you can make purchases on the consoles? You can't buy movies, music, or shop for other products on a console? Pretty sure PlayStation had like 60% of the Pornhub traffic, last I checked. Hell, I'm pretty sure like 80% of the usage of a PlayStation is mainly for Netflix. Hell, in my personal opinion, I think its best usage is as a foot warmer. King Thrash either can't make up his goddamn mind on what a platform is, or he's completely forgotten.
There's Apple.
There's Apple. Good thing you caught yourself there and stopped before you proceeded any further. Man was about to include Apple as a list of apps for the PC.
There's Pirate Bay that you use to steal shit.
Not only is Pirate Bay not an app, it's also not a store. You don't shop at Pirate Bay. Quite the opposite, really. It's in the name of the website, and if PC was anything like Walmart, it would not be allowed.
There's fucking Amazon where you can buy water hoses.
Alright, at this point of the video, I gotta ask, what's your personal problem with water hoses? They get a lot done for society. I would say a lot more than you do, really.
Those are different apps that can work on your PC.
Well, excluding Pirate Bay, which is not an app, it's a website, there are also Apple and Amazon app stores for the consoles. And what's more is that they're some of the most used apps for the consoles.
Your PC is not, you are not a PC gamer. You are a Steam or a GOG or an Epic gamer or all of the above, just like console gamers are.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
What? Console gamers can't use any of those storefronts. They only got one. What the fuck are you talking about, King? Don't make me call your wife and have her hide all the fentanyl from you. You pay $500 to have access to solely one storefront for your games. I pay whatever amount I feel like to have access to dozens of them. We are not the same. Do not ever compare your nasty, filthy console peasantry to the PC Master Race ever again, because not only does it defeat your entire point throughout this whole video, but it also makes you look stupid if you think you need a storefront to play games on the PC.
Console gamers, you can choose a Nintendo Switch. You can choose a Xbox for some dumb reason. Or you can choose a PlayStation, each with their own rules, regulations, stores, games.
Choose? You're acting like there's some sort of choice here. No, if you buy a Nintendo Switch, if you buy an Xbox, if you buy a PlayStation, their storefronts are the only ones you can use. There is no choice. The only choice is in which console you're gonna buy. That doesn't make them more of a platform than the PC, it just makes them a more closed platform, a more limited hub, as you would say.
So please, PC niggas, stop pretending that your PC is as strong as everyone else's PC.
Pretend like my PC is just as strong as everyone else's? Yeah, no, I make it very known that my PC is more powerful than 90% of other PC users.
Please stop pretending that this hub that you built has the same components of everyone else's hub. We all know that there aren't too many PC master race motherfuckers out there. There's a lot of pretenders who have PCs that are not even stronger than the consoles that they claim they are better than. Period.
You do realize you don't need a powerful PC to have access to all of those storefronts you were talking about, yeah? It's not like a PC gamer with a 1050 Ti doesn't have access to Epic Games or GOG versus an RTX 3080 user. Hell, if everybody had the exact same specs, it would defeat the purpose of the personal computer.
Because PC ain't a platform. I hope I explained that enough and slow enough for you slow ass niggas. I know.
If anything, I would say you explained that a little too slowly, King. And what's more is you couldn't even do it in proper English, god damn it.
Shut the f talking to me. I'm sick and tired of niggas pretending that PC is an actual thing. It's not. It's Steam. So you say what the f, if you want to talk about gaming platforms, you want to compare some like, you're gonna have to start saying, stop saying that you're a Walmart gamer, my nigga. Start saying that you're a Steam or whatever the fuck you are, whatever you prefer most, right? Period.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
You know, King, just for the sake of me not having to call myself a Steam/GOG/Origin/Battle.net/Riot/Mojang/Discord gamer, I'm gonna say, nah. But don't worry, it's not because I don't respect your beliefs or anything like that. It's mainly because I play PC games that don't use either of those clients, so I'm at a loss and I don't really know what to call myself. But I think I'll do what everyone else does and just say PC gamer, cause that's where I play those games and that's the only place to play them. And also because if I started labeling myself after every storefront I use, I would run out of Twitter characters before being able to call you stupid. I don't know what the personal computer has done to warrant you wishing it out of existence, but it's not gonna happen. Games are released on the PC in so many different ways that you simply just can't narrow it down to the stores that you buy games on. Maybe that's how it is on console, I don't know what to tell you, but on PC, you get to just be yourself.
Marking off my legacy of worldly deeds. Tick tock, tick.
I think Horizon should win Game of the Year, to be honest with you. That game is a masterpiece and it's been overshadowed by games that should have never overshadowed it.
Oh, the tears of unfathomable sadness. Yummy.
Games that overshadowed it? Yeah, I can't think of games that overshadowed it, but I can think of a game that overshadowed it. But why don't you go ahead and list those games?
And it's just, and yes, I'm talking Elden Ring, but I'm not just talking Elden Ring. I'm talking just anything.
Not just talking Elden Ring, but that's literally the only game I can list. You know, Elden Ring and Elden Ring. Oh, and Elden Ring.
If you just look at what they did technically with this game and what they did with the story and how they upgraded it.
Oh, stop it. Horizon Forbidden West did not have a better story than Horizon Zero Dawn. I wouldn't call anything they did with the story an improvement or an upgrade. That's not to say it's not a good story, and it does stand strong on its own, but compared to the writing in Elden Ring, you know, lore that was basically written by the Game of Thrones author, yeah, it's not even close.
And how there's nothing that looks better than this game, and I don't think there will be. I don't even think God of War will outclass Horizon Forbidden West.
There are a ton of games that graphically look better than this. And guess what? Most of those games aren't as good as Elden Ring either. Being the best looking game doesn't mean you are the best game. Being a graphical and technical marvel doesn't mean anything if you get overshadowed by a game that isn't either of those things. You can't hold everyone's attention by just being pretty, because eventually time will pass and you'll start to look uglier over time. And much prettier games will come out, and you will no longer be remembered for being the pretty game. How do I know that's the case? Well, it's because you haven't done a New Game Plus yet.
When you really put together what it took to get for Horizon Forbidden West put together, if you look at how it's a true open world game with all of this crazy, insane, beautiful detail that you can literally spend hours just looking at, like, it's just, that's just a level that's just too hard to reach. And I think that they deserve some kind of award for it. I think they deserve Game of the Year for a game that they put out that is literally Game of the year.
So they deserve Game of the Year for simply making a very pretty open world game. That's what it all comes down to, is the graphics. And don't say it isn't, because you can't name a single other aspect of the game that you actually like. You want this game to take the Game of the Year because you spent more time looking at it than you did playing it. Okay. I mean, you're acting like we haven't seen anything like this. We have. It's called Horizon Zero Dawn.
But it is what it is. If God of War don't come out, Horizon will win Game of the Year. I don't think Elden Ring should ever win Game of the Year. I'm sorry, it's just not technically put together, and it's not technically sound.
It's not technically put together or technically sound. Yeah, King, I don't think you know what any of that means. I think that's just your way of saying it doesn't graphically look as good as Horizon, so it shouldn't even be considered for Game of the Year. Completely ignoring the fact that Elden Ring's artistic vision far exceeds any technical feat you could accomplish with any software. That's me basically saying you can have a very polished, pretty looking game like Horizon, but at the end of the day, it's the visual look of Elden Ring that simply attracts more people. You don't have to have the most realistic lighting or shading or textures to catch people's eye. You just have to have good artistic vision. You can have fun for like 30 seconds looking at a super realistic tree in Horizon Forbidden West, while I'm looking at the giant cathedrals in Elden Ring and having an entire story told to me just through the architecture of the building alone.
It's a game that's very flawed and does not deserve Game of the Year because it's not the Game of the Year, period.
But if it was a PlayStation exclusive, it would definitely be Game of the Year, wouldn't it?
It's a great game. I always said this, but it's definitely not Game of the Year. I'm not going to sit there and accept that that they put together, bro.
Well, I don't know, King. You're gonna have to accept it because there's really not much you can do. Game of the Year is usually a popularity contest, which is why you shouldn't put any value in it. And, well, sadly, your opinion that Elden Ring doesn't deserve Game of the Year is not a popular one. I mean, honestly, you really shouldn't have a personal opinion of which one should take the award, considering you haven't beat either of them. But hey, a pony's gotta do what a pony's gotta do. Prop up Sony and dismiss anything else. Honestly, King, this was one of your more pathetic videos. You're literally breaking your own brain for Sony. But to be fair, I am also breaking my own brain, but at least it's for a couple of nickels from my own audience. So at least one of us is a step closer to affording therapy. But obviously, since I can't completely afford it yet, I'm just gonna do the usual, eat a bunch of shrooms, crawl to my corner, and cry. And with that being said, I hope you like, comment, share, subscribe if you so choose to, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.
Afrikango sucks ass.